Wednesday Night Mojo with Olivia and LaDonna McAbee. This is another Savvy Social collaboration that we've been doing here on Monday nights. LaDonna, so nice to have you back. I missed you.
Oh, I missed everyone. Being sick is no fun. No fun whatsoever.
Yes, being sick is no fun. You lost a little bit of your mojo there.
I did. We do our Monday Mojo, and when you look up or Google or whatever, Mojo, you're going to find so many definitions. But over the last week, I've discovered a lot of different ways to lose and gain your mojo back. Um, when I was sick, the first day you're just sick, 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 and then you think you're going to get better. But you know what? Your body knows what it needs: water, sleep, water, sleep, water, sleep, and that's it. And then my mojo came back, and with my Revital U, I drunk my immune support, which supports my immune system, gets me back on track. You add water; it's beautiful. It's a cranberry fruity taste. So I love this, and it keeps me going. I drink a glass of this every afternoon around with my lunch, but I drank some extra to get my mojo back. Um, and then we went into Easter. Did you have a great Easter?
I did. I had a fantastic Easter. Just something about that holiday, just being out and about with friends and family and remembering, right? Remembering the special time. And sure enough, I mean, at the same time, there was Cambodian and Thai New Year holidays. So there are a lot of
Yes.
festivals going on in Jacksonville. Um, and it was so much fun. I got to meet a lot of like just really awesome local vendors, right? Supporting crafts, supporting entrepreneurship, and I got to eat a lot of yummy tasting food. So that was a really, really lots of fun and unexpected because it changes every year according to their calendar. Usually it's in April, but it just happened to coincide with like Easter and the New
Oh,
Year.
but that's a wonderful time because you're off work usually during that time. I mean, I know you and I get to work at home and kind of spread our self thin a little bit, but we always make time for all that stuff. But people that have to go to the office and they're usually a lot of them are take off on Fridays. They're off on Fridays, so they have the weekend to do things like that during the Easter break. Um, talking about mojo again with Easter is that, moms were out shuffling, getting the Easter baskets ready, getting the eggs filled, getting the kids. I mean, back in the day, Easter is the time where we always got a really nice outfit, a new dress, a new pair of shoes. It's not so much now. Times change. I was born in the dinosaur years, but that's what my mom did. That was when we got our nice shoes to wear to church, our new ones, and a nice dress or whatever we needed, nice shirt. But you're busy, you're busy, you're busy. You're buying your groceries if you're cooking, or you're buying whatever you need. So again, you could very easily lose your mojo during that time because you get tired and it's all about how you think. You got to think positive, keep laughing, keep smiling, and say, you know what? It's all going to work out. If I forget to thaw the chicken, it's okay. That's what microwaves are for. Come on. My daughter we did Easter at her house, and she forgot to thaw the chicken for the Caesar salad. I'm okay. It's fine. It's fine. Just breathe. Um, but when Mojo talks about a lot, if you Google it, it's magic. But you can take magic to so many different levels: voodoo, magic tricks, the bunny, comes out of the hat. But I want to talk about Mojo with your action plan. And an action plan, especially since we do our Monday Mojo. Some people may start it on Sundays. I don't usually get mine done till Monday night. But it's a plan. It's a plan for everything. Mine may be a little different than yours, Olivia, and yours may be different than your husband's or my husband. we're all different. We all have different lives, but plan it. Like I can't plan out the whole week because I have no idea what's going to come up in my week. But like I'll plan, okay, these are the things I need to do in the morning. These are the things can wait till the afternoon, and I try my best to get those things done. But when you're planning, just do what don't get yourself all confused and down about it. Keep a positive attitude. If you don't get it all done, then those things go to your top of your list in the morning, because it's just another day. Um, my brain shuts down by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. My brain is done. It's time for me to get in my recliner with my pajamas, with my boo boo, the Pomeranian. I mean, that's just me. Where some people are night owls, right? And they get
Hmm.
more done. I'd rather get up at 3 a.m. than, stay up past 10. I can't do it. I'm tired. But write it down on your notepad. I have two different ways on my wall right in front of my desk so that I remember personal things versus business things because I kind of have to push them together. Um, but yeah, just keep a tab on what you need to do and prioritize it. Use your calendars. My girls get on to me all the time. Use your phone, mom, use your phone. I just can't do the phone thing. Some people are great at it. I just can't do it. I need to visually see it written down in front of me. So it keeps reminding me. Um, so, um,
I
so
love what you're saying. Yeah, like when you have your mojo, you have to pay attention to when is your mojo at its peak. So I love that you tie that in, LaDonna, with like writing things down, your action plans, your schedule, and recognizing, when is your mojo at its peak and when you can be most productive and get things done, etc. Right? It's
right.
following your inner intuition, the ebbs and flow, the rhythms of your day. And so I really, really appreciate you talking about that. And you brought up so many good things that I want you it just, got caught my attention. Um, if you're tuning in now, we are LaDonna and Olivia from Monday Night Mojo. If you're watching this, please say hello in the comments, engage with us, and let us know where you're watching from. Let us know your definition of mojo and how you go about refining it, getting it, etc. So make your mojo stir. And you mentioned something about magic, like the definition sometimes relates to magic. I want to give a shout out to our mutual friend, Braden Daniels. So Braden is in Texas, and he's got a group of magicians together, and they put together this huge website called magicforukraine.org, and they're streaming magic performances and translating to Ukrainian for people to watch and uplift their spirits at this really really devastating time. And so just want to give a shout out to Braden and, giving mention to his cause. So check it out, magicforukraine.org. Because, for this entire month, we're coming on Monday nights and fundraising as well for Ukraine, right? With our fellow Purposeful Shopping Ambassador, Juanita Harvin. And she's leading the efforts for Operation Safe Passage. And that's why you see all the yellow and blue that we've got on. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a great cause, and we're doing a fundraiser where 20% of everything you purchase off of the website www.homesweethome treasures.net will go to the will be funded to Juanita so that they can get the wheels rolling on the buses. And we're also Home Sweet Home Treasures is also matching that 20%, so it's really 40%. That is a huge ordeal, guys. Jump online. Mother's Day is coming up. Purchase. We have jewelry. We have vintage items. We have clothing. We have kitchen items, dining items. So jump on and help us get those funds going. I don't know if everyone knows what the organization is about. It's taking the buses to the border and helping get children and women who want to get out to get over and get to a safe area, pay for the buses and whatever else they need. So it's a really cool thing that we're doing.
Yes, and I dropped the link below here. It's tinyurl.com/ Juanita Operation is Safe. So this is the direct link to that fundraising cause so that we will be able to track all of the purchases and making sure that matching donations get sent over to Juanita and her organization. So yeah,
Yes.
so there may be things that you're already shopping for. Why not start with homesweethometreasures.net? Or if you're looking for something different, something custom made, that's available for you as well too. LaDonna's really all into about custom crafting. If you saw the show last week on Throwback Thursday, I actually went through the whole website so you guys could see how easy it was to navigate. So take a look at it today. Um, and I also wanted to bring up the Magic for Ukraine. This is what it is here. Very simple. magicforukraine.org. And so they're live streaming magic performances to people in Ukraine. So definitely, I would say just go to the site, support it, have a look. I think you'll be really delighted by that as well. And, find ways to support that effort. So anything we can do to cross promote, right? That's
Exactly. It takes a tribe. It takes a tribe. And it's
excellent.
wonderful when you can support each other. We're not bumping heads. We're just helping out, getting everyone to know what everyone has to offer.
Exactly, exactly. And I want to say, for me, and since collaborating with you, LaDonna, it's been so fun. I've been able to put together all these like different outfits, pulling out all my yellow and blue things I didn't even realize I had. And from that festival, I went to that Cambodian New Year festival, and I met someone who had, these beautiful earrings that she made just from buttons. And so I recognized I didn't have blue button earrings, so now I do.
There
And
you go.
she's a local, businesswoman, entrepreneur here. Her Instagram handle is, Yellow Flower Apparel. So
Oh,
I
how
made
neat.
yellow flower in your hair.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, just anything to support Ukraine in blue and yellow. Why not? It's springtime, brings out, good vibes, good energy. So, yes, yes.
Absolutely. Good vibes, good energy. And, my favorite part of being out and about, I live in Jacksonville. So my favorite part about being out and about is just getting to know people, hearing their stories, how they got started, supporting in any small way I can. And then I love what you said about you going out and asking people if they're wearing yellow and blue for any particular reason, right? I think it's a really good icebreaker these days to be able to relate to people in that way.
Yes, yes. You never know when you're going to meet someone and that may be the only smile they get that day is from you and you might make them smile. And people want to be talked to most of the time unless they're in a hurry. But if I'm in the nail shop, I'm going to talk to whoever is in there. It just passes time and it's another way to get to know someone. And especially when you're in your own area, you want to get to know who's in your area, what they're doing, what they've been doing, um, you know, who they are. It's great to get to know people around you.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm wearing today this beautiful scarf, and I want to show you up real close that it's yellow and it's also navy blue. And look, it has lemons,
That is so awesome.
and I love it because it's such a powerful reminder for me that when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. You know what? It's just another way to be positive, to make you laugh, to think positive vibes. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. I
Positive
love
vibes.
it. Yes.
And something also that came to me about Mojo as I was reflecting on it is that it's about vibration, right? We are, in essence, vibrational beings. And so when you're feeling at a low vibration, what is it you can do to raise that higher? Or surround yourself with things or people that will, have you be at a higher vibration. So that's another Mojo definition, your vibrational
Yes. I
energy.
mean, we can go on, and it was so great when we picked that name because it means so many different things. And we want to remind people, we want to remind all of you, please put in the comments what your mojo's about. It may be different every day, every week, whatever, but tell us what your mojo is today. Tell us something that makes your mojo happier, uplifting, it's great to, yeah, it's a great word. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I love that, LaDonna. And it could be different every day, and that's okay too. So at this moment right now, as you're watching this, share with us your stories of Mojo. What is your Mojo definition? How do you like to define Mojo for yourself?
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. So I noticed you got some new items on display here. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you picked out today?
Yes. Behind me, you'll see a blue dress on the mannequin, and perfect for this time of year. It's springy. It's got the white flowers. Summer, perfect for spring and summer. We also have a LuLaRoe white and blue top behind me, and both of these items look brand new. Um, and the LuLaRoe is new. The dress is used, but it looks brand new. We also have these necklaces, and I know that the camera's probably not going to pick them up, but we have a few of these. They're silver tone, and it's a round emblem with the glass on the top, and they're angels. You can see okay.
Oh,
Can you
lift it
see
up
it,
higher.
Olivia?
Lift it up a little bit higher there. Yeah. Okay. You can make a little bit of something of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's an angel sitting there on the side and on toward the bottom, and then there's an angel flying. And I knew the camera probably wouldn't pick it up as well, but they're beautiful. And we have a few of these. Perfect gift for Mother's Day. Also, a great way to support the Ukraine fundraiser. It's vibrant yellow in the background. So it's beautiful. And like I said, we do have a few of those in our on the website, www.homesweethometreasures.net. And look at this vintage bell. Look at the picture of that.
What does it sound like?
And it's got the water wheel and the house there. It is vintage, and it is in mint condition. Look at that. Beautiful. Lots of blue. Beautiful bell. And look at this charming pillow. Blue and yellow. Look at there. It's vintage looking. You see the
Yeah.
people in there? And the cows. Look at that.
It's very country chic
Yes, it's very country chic.
or
And it's
shabby
yellow
chic,
with
as
lots
they
of
say. Here.
blue. Again, another way to support, if you're doing your decor in country,
Mm.
your cabin, if you have whatever it is, just support it. Support
Now,
Ukraine.
is that a pillow or a pillow cover?
No, it's the full pillow.
It's a full pillow.
It
Okay,
is
I
the
was wondering
full
if
pillow.
it can be removed for washing or anything like that, or
Let me look. I don't think so. I think this is one that you cannot no, it is a full pillow, and the case is not you cannot
okay.
remove it. Yeah.
One thing I
So
like to do with pillows is if I just put them in the dryer on low, and that will help to clean off the dust a little bit if I'm not able to
yes.
remove the cover. Do you have any
Yes.
tips, Donna, when we're buying pillows?
Yes. Okay, so you may think it's a little weird, but if you will take a your dryer sheet, and I use the dryer sheets that they Bounce came out with for hair because I do have pets. So if
Okay.
you'll just take your dryer sheet, no matter which kind it is, and run over it as you can use dryer sheets for so many things, but you can run it over it, and it really helps get the dust off, get the hair off, whatever you make. Because some of us have dogs, some have cats, some smoke, some just have dust. So use your dryer sheets. Your dryer sheets can be used for so many things. If they need to be fluffed up, put them in the dryer. If they need just aired out, just set them out on the patio or on your deck for an hour or two when it's nice and windy outside. But the bounce or whatever dryer sheets, another thing, not for pillows, but your dryer sheets, if you have a pot or a skillet that you've cooked in and you've got ingredients at the bottom that you can't get out, fill it with water, put a dryer sheet in it, wait a couple hours and come back. All of that
Really?
debris will be
Oh,
lifted. Yes. Yes,
I have no
ma'am.
idea.
See? So
You're
many
just
things you
full of
can learn
tips.
on Monday Mojo.
Yes. So many things you can learn in Monday Mojo. So you should tune in weekly.
Yes, I have
Out.
lots and lots of tips. Another tip, real quick, not just for it's not about the pillows, but while I'm thinking about it, is my sister-in-law, because fruit is so expensive right now and it's hard to get. I live in Texas. It may be easier for you in Florida, Olivia, but for us it's hard to get nice fruit. And when you do, you're going to pay for it. And then it wastes, because you can't eat it all the same time. So she was telling me, put your fruit in a jar, and a real, like a mason jar or whatever, and put the lid on it, put it in the refrigerator, and it lasts at least twice as long as it would in its original package. I did not know that. So see, it's about getting together and talking, just out of the blue, we started talking about fruit. so,
No,
so did
because
you know that?
fruit and nutrition, right, is all part of Mojo too.
Well,
So
I mean, yeah, in today's society that we're living, watching your pennies is smart because our gas is more expensive, our food is more expensive. Sometimes we go to the store and can't find what we want. So yeah, be smart. Think smart.
absolutely. And I like the fact that you can extend the life of your fruits and vegetables, right? Because yes, why not? And the plastic bags that sometimes you get in the supermarket, there's something in that chemical composition, right? That's going
Right.
to that's going to decay the fruit and not make it last as long. So I've heard that, about putting things in jars.
Yeah.
Even lettuce, if you feel they're wilting, just put it in a glass jar with a little bit of water, and that
Yes.
will help as well too. But yeah, absolutely. Or just even get like those reusable bags that they make now to store your fruits and vegetables in.
Right. But
You can
you
wash.
you have to think about in the day way back, glass was what they had. They didn't have all their plastic baggies and all of that. That's one of the reasons they canned in glass jars. It lasts longer. So we really have to think about going back to the basics of life sometimes, and glass is just the best thing to make our food last longer. So it was a great tip. She did it, it worked. I did it, it worked. So because now my kids have moved out and the grandkids are not always here, so I can't eat an entire thing of strawberries by myself. It's just me and my husband, so putting it in the jars are great. So yeah, it works.
That is fantastic. Awesome. Well, speaking of, I mean, we just came off of Easter holidays, and I'm sure there's like tons of Easter decorations, items lying around. What do we do with them, LaDonna?
Okay, so let's talk about the people that did the dyed eggs, the real eggs, as I say. Take those eggs and hopefully you put them in the refrigerator after the kids got done with them, and you can make deviled eggs. Make your egg sandwiches. Don't just throw those eggs away. Of course, some of them you're going to have to because they broke or whatever. The plastic eggs, if you don't want to store them until next year, don't throw them away. Remember, our landfills, number one, are filling up, and it takes forever for plastic to go back into our soil. And it's not good to burn plastic because of all the chemicals that it gives off. It's not good for our earth or us. So you can, so many people will plant seeds and indoors until they get large, they grow, and then plant them outdoors. You can plant them in the eggs. half,
Yep.
half, so you've got one plant here and one plant here, and you can do that. Also, a good thing is if you have your eggs and your kids are painting, you can put different colors of paint in halves of those eggs so that the kids don't get paint all over the table. So it's just another way of storing. And then the good thing about it is when they're done and they don't use all the white, just put the cover back on it, the other half of the egg, and it's good until the next time. So see, be creative. There's so many different ways to use the plastic eggs. Now, let's say you have the grass that you put in the basket. It may be the green plastic type, or it could be the blue paper type. It doesn't matter. Use that in your gift bags. Use that for parties and things when you're buying your gifts. Use that. Or if you're going to mail something, use that. When I came home from my grandson's house, I took all of his grass out of his baskets, and they'll be put into the mailing boxes when they go out. And you know what? It brightens up the package, and it's just a cuteness when you get the box. And don't forget that. Don't throw it away. There's so many things that you can do not to throw it away. Also, that grass can be used for so many different crafting. If you're a crafty person, you can glue that onto a board and put other things on there to make your wall hanging. So that's just a few things that you can do with your Easter eggs, your Easter grass, your real eggs. So yeah, but I just hope everyone had a great Easter, made memories. My 3-year-old grandson's never going to remember we were all there for him. It was his day, like every day is his day. but you know what? I remember. It's memories we're making.
Oh, I love that you said that. I think with what we've seen with the pandemic, with loss of families, etc. So hold on to those memories, making memories so that way they can be cherished. That is very important consideration too. Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. Yep. These are special
Yeah.
memories to cherish. And I love the fact that you reuse and recycle all of this, amazing Easter decorations for your packaging that you send out. I can't wait to get my package. I know I placed an order,
It's
so
in the
well,
mail. It's in the
I'm
mail. It's
so
shipped.
looking forward to it. And then we'll do a whole unboxing.
Yes, yes, the reveal.
The reveal. Yeah, exactly. So I'm so
I know when
excited.
I get a box, I know what's in it, but I'm so excited to open it because, I know what's in it. I ordered it, but I still just can't wait for that box to come in so that I can open it. It's just.
And I think that's part of the mojo, right? Like the anticipation,
Yes,
the waiting, the surprising yourself. Like I like to think like, oh, I'm being surprised today.
yes. It doesn't matter, you know that you ordered it, but it's just seeing it in real. You get to hold it, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I love it. I love it. Life has changed so much since the pandemic because, I used to hardly ever order anything online. Except if I was ordering from another person that I've, met or know, or it's in one of my organizations, if they're selling something. But as far as going to a retail store and ordering something, that's just something I never did until the pandemic, you know? So, and now you go into the stores and they don't have so many things that I want, and I still have to come home and order it. So, but that's
Well, I
okay.
that's okay too. I mean, it's my birthday coming up tomorrow, and so I was like, oh, let me just order in, and these will be birthday presents for myself. So I'll just have a lot of fun.
Yes, and it's
Available.
always good to, buy from your friends.
Yeah.
If you're not buying and you see them online, comment, help them, support them. When I know for me, when you purchase something from me, I do like a jumping jack. I'm like, woo! Every time, it doesn't matter how many, it's like the first one, almost 17 years ago. My first sale online, I was jumping up and down. Well, guess what? I'm still jumping up and down. And when you purchase something from me, it's helping it's helping my family. I do this to help my family. It's not to buy the yacht, it's not to pay for, the Lamborghini. It's just normal, keep the lights on, keep the water on. If the grandsons want expensive shoes, but it's just things like that. Again, see, it just makes me happy that I can afford those little extras, the expensive shoes for the grand boys, or buy the extra. We just purchased, the youngest one just turned 3, and we did the sandbox, and it was so cool. Just seeing, when you purchase something from somebody, it's awesome. It's awesome. So support your fellow person, help each
Support
other
your
out.
fellow. Exactly. Support your fellow entrepreneurs, small business owners, etc. So I love that. That's a great way
Yes.
to end the segment. And as always, we are looking for purposeful shopping ambassadors as well. So if you have a national or local cause that you'd like to nominate, please nominate a charitable cause of your choice and email LaDonna so that we can consider them for our next upcoming segments. So again, this is Monday Night Mojo with Olivia Vo and LaDonna McAbee. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share with us your Mojo stories. We would love to hear them. Keep your mojo up. And thank you for watching Monday Mojo with Home Sweet Home Treasures. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye. Have a great week.
Bye bye. Have a great week.